Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, TGIF, and welcome to Aproko Hour on Viva Niger Radio. I am your host, Rachel Onomusi, and I will be taking you through the good, the bad, and the ugly of Nigerian news, trending news around the world, just anything basically that has gotten our lips wagging this week, that has got us talking, just whatever's been in the news. This has been a quiet week, unless, of course, especially for otapiapia sellers, right? For anybody who's selling otapiapia, that is rat poison, rat catcher, rat killer, rat trap, anything like that. This has been a very quiet week because obviously there's no sales being made in Abuja, that's for sure, because it seems like the president's office was overrun by rats. So, this is the sort of things we're dealing with, and these are the sort of news that we're going to be talking about. So let's dive right into it. For now, I'm alone in the studio, but that doesn't mean I can't talk to you or talk to myself. But before I do that, let me give you the contact numbers on which you can join us. If you would like to give us your 2 cents worth, if you'd like to give us your opinions on all the stuff we're going to be discussing today, here are the numbers you need to dial. If you're calling from the UK, dial 0330-998-1261. If you're dialing from America, that number is 712-770-4032. Niger callers, just jump right in on 01440-5024. That number once again, 01440-5024. In all three instances, no matter where you are in the world, you are going to need the access code to join us, guys. That number is 264812. And then you just hit the pound key or the hash key or whatever you call it in your neck of the woods. And that brings you straight into the studio. So, this week, unfortunately, there is no good news. There's nothing interesting to talk about. There's, not interesting. There's interesting stuff, but none of it is sweet. None of it. And in fact, the one that is paining me the most, I'm going to start with that right now because I can see that I have a couple of callers on the line and they both seem to be stateside, or at least one stateside and one from Canada. I am joined by the HR director of the Bad Gang. Hi, Rachel. How you doing?
Hi, Rachel. I'm fine. How you doing?
I'm really, really good. Thank you very much. You're in my trouble, but I'm coming back to you in just a minute. Dolapo, hey. I will tell you why. Dolapo, hi. How are you?
How are you, Rachel? How are
I'm
you,
very
Rachel,
well.
New York?
Hi.
TGIF.
Does it ever feel weird? Does it ever feel weird to you if you have to talk to somebody that has the same name as you?
Do you know what? Rachel doesn't, because I meet so many Rachels. But when I have to say my Yoruba name, which is Kpeju, Kpeju doesn't even come out right in my. I can't even bend my mouth to say Kpeju because I'm not the one that usually has to say it, right? So when I meet another Kpeju, in fact, I met a guy called Kpeju. That was the most surreal, the weirdest. Rachel, everybody in UK, the person that's not Rachel will be Rebecca. The one that's not Rebecca will be Sarah. So Rachel is no longer, I can say Rachel in my sleep, but Kpeju is, no, it's not for the masses, or it's not for everybody at all. That really, really sounds weird. Fantastic. We have two guys on today, so we're going to talk about it. Taiwo Nirrington, Bawoni.
Hello.
Hey, say hello. Taiwo, how are you? Happy Friday.
I'm good. How are you doing, guys?
We're fine. So let me pick the bone that I have to pick with Rachel. Rachel, what do you look at in that America when they are sharing lottery tickets? Where are you? What are you doing? Why did you not join the queue?
It is Friday, and it's been a rough weekend. Do not depress me because I don't know.
If I say this thing didn't pay me, it's paying me. Rachel, if you had collected 50 million inside, you know me now. You know we are namesake.
Very too far. 10 million would have just been fine. 10 million.
A single mom.
Quick 10 million, just like that.
I refuse to read the woman's story. I'm so upset.
I'm going to read it for you. It should pain you the more. I've never heard of
my bad belly to affect her.
I don't know how many zeros this is. 53-year-old single mom of 2, Mavis Vanchik. I bet you her husband is going to come back. Nonsense. Who beat the odds?
What do you mean her husband is going to come back? Was her husband not there before? He left her.
I'm reading here that she's a single mom of 2.
One of those 2 fathers are going to come.
Bimbo, where are you talking from?
Inside the drum, talking drum. I'm inside the talking drum.
Aha. Taiwo, I can hear a TV or something going on in your background as well. There's a lot of interference on this line. I
have to go quiet because I'm on the bus. Yeah, just make my way home.
Oh, you're on the bus. Okay, yeah. Please mute and then just let us know as soon as you can talk. Yeah. So, yes.
So, who is this Rachel person that we're talking about?
She's not even a Rachel.
I don't know anybody that lives in America. The person that didn't win that ticket. I only know about the woman that won the ticket. I don't know anybody that lives in America.
You don't know any Rachel. See how they're denying you.
Won the ticket.
They said Mavis Vonchik.
She win money. If you want money, I'd have said, okay,
this is, excuse me, this is $750 million.
I am officially persona non grata. Hi.
She won 758.7 because even that 0.7 can do big thing in my life. So we can't forget the 0.7.
Massive big things.
$758.7 million. The largest single win in American lottery history, making her richer than Beyonce and Taylor Swift combined. Up all the music that Beyonce, since Beyonce has been singing. No. It's painful.
It's a lot of money, but you have to also realize that this will probably come to about 400 million after taxes.
Yes, but here in the UK, we don't tax. It was when I was talking to a couple of friends that I found out that they tax your lottery. They don't tax lottery winnings here in the UK.
They don't tax lottery winnings in the UK. You don't tax
in US.
So that couple that won 176 million, that Scottish couple that won
the money is their own complete.
The money is their own. They no tax.
No,
in fact,
the US they do.
Yes, I've heard that.
The US, in fact, it's so strict.
1 minute, please.
It's so strict.
Also, the lump sum is different from. You see that 758, that is calculated based on if she takes a yearly payout for 29 years. If she goes for the lump sum, her actual winnings are a little less than 500 million.
Eshe, thank you. Give me the lump sum. Give me. Nonsense. Give me. Take the 200. Use it to buy sweets. I dash you. Give me this fight. That's how they will do now. Then I'll get into trouble. I'll have a law case. They'll say, oh, you are no longer entitled to the remaining. No. Give me my money.
Yeah, you can't be doing that nonsense. Here, that if it is one person out of a married couple that wins that money, so if it's been deemed that, I bought the tickets, I won it, I second it, that if the other person decides to divorce you or anything like that, they're actually not entitled to that winnings because it's not classed as community property. Here, you can't get it. So
yes.
Yeah, but you see, it was still worth. No, it's still wealth acquired while you are married.
No. It doesn't apply. It doesn't apply for
here
lottery
in the
winnings.
UK. It doesn't apply.
It doesn't apply here in this country. It doesn't apply for lottery winnings.
Here in this country,
we have to stay in America in case they win lottery. I can make sure I collect
the only monies that apply here in the UK is monies that you work for, salary. Income, you wrote a book, you sold the book. It is work. Say you get lucky, your head lucky. It doesn't. This luck is not transferable luck. You cannot be eating in my luck. No.
Well, North America it is, because I know there was a couple here in Canada where they were going through, they pretty much separated, but not the divorce was not final, and the guy won a lottery. I think it was like 20 million or whatever, and they were soon to be ex-wife found out
10.
like 2 years later, and she took him to court and pretty much got her money.
That's so rude, though. That's so rude.
I tell you, that shit wouldn't work here. you don't be surprised how they tell you, you're not entitled to the money.
Wow.
No.
Then in that case, I'll move to UK.
No, we stay in America. We're staying here.
So she found out about her win while she was on a shift that turned out to be her last night shift at a hospital where she'd been working for more than 30 years. She's a hospital cleric from Chicopee, Massachusetts. It's always some place. She says, according to the CBS, Mavis said she was with her colleague Rob when she checked her numbers. She explained, and he's reading these numbers, and I pull mine out, and I go, hey, I have that. And he goes, let me see that ticket. And he said, you just won. I couldn't do anything. So that's Rob, followed me to make sure I made it home safely. Rob, stop. That's how I found out from him. She says, when asked what she wants to do with all the money she's won, she said, the first thing I want to do is just sit back and relax. And I had a pipe dream, and my pipe dream has finally come true. I wanted to retire in 12 years. I guess it came early. I've called work and told them I will not be coming back. Oh, God. I will buy the hospital. He go get one oga there when I not like. That oga must scrub all the floors, must wipe everywhere. Says, I just want to be me and figure out what I want to do. I'm scared, but I'll be okay. The shop owner, Bob, whatever, collected 50K for selling the winning tickets and is to give the money to charity. Am I myself not a charity as I'm here? I'm running shop. You say give the money to charity. I don't know. So I have a question to ask. Why is it that most lottery winners wind up broke, no matter what the amount is? I mean, there's money you just cannot retire on. If you win $1 million, I don't think anyone can retire on $1 million. Yes, you can do some smart investments and you may not go back to hospital cleric work ever again or whatever, but not like you will never lift a finger and you will just be okay for the rest of your life. But there is silly money that you can here in the UK. I'm sure Bimbo would have heard of the lotto louts. There was a guy who is a complete chav. You know those ones that wear gold-plated chain down to they wear like 6 chains. They wear Adidas trainers and tracksuit bottoms and everything. And he won stupid money. The first thing he went to do was he went to rent he already had a rap sheet. Oh, quad bike. He went to rent a castle, and then filled it with all the castle grounds and everything. Started driving quad bikes all around it. Started doing all sorts of wheelies and turnies. Him and all his chav friends, they used to come. They were smoking weed till 3 a.m. Blah 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 blah. Long story short, that money is gone, and he's in prison as we speak. He's in prison for a whole bunch of misdemeanors, all lined up and ended up as a jail cell. That's his number one. There was a young girl who won a lottery. Sorry, 1 minute, Bimbo. Who won she was about 18 or 19. She was literally just on the edge of emancipation. Otherwise, the money would have gone to her mother. She won it. And then the one thing that she did was her mother was living, she's broke, she's poor, she doesn't have any money, she's never seen £1,000 all in one place at the same time before. Then for this kind of small girl to win 17 million, she grew up in a council estate, in a council house. The only thing she did was she bought her mother's council house for her outright, bought it off the council. The mother says, I grew up around here. I've lived in this house for 30 years. I don't even want to move, blah, 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 blah. Okay, mom, you can stay there, but you don't ever have to pay rent one more day in your life. Paid off the flat. She went through 3 husbands in 5 years. As in, this one will come, steal her money, tell her you're an idiot, you're a fool, get out, nobody even loves you, if not for your money. That one will go. Another one will come, steal her money, go. Another one will come. She is now back living in her mother's council flats. That's the only asset she has. That's all that she has. By the time the council came for her, she had properties, but they were mortgaged. So by the time she was broke, repos came in, they repossessed all 3, 4, 5 of her properties, and that's that about that. There was a bus garage down in Wales where they won a syndicate. I don't know if you guys do syndicates lottery in the US, right? And Canada, where like people in a workplace will get together, they will club and so they did a syndicate thing. Funny enough, there was a single woman, this was in the news, there was a single mother who was on that syndicate, and she left the syndicate when lottery tickets went from £1 to £2, and she's like, I beg.
Yeah.
This is money that can buy milk, that can buy this for my child, that can, it was all fun and games, lottery that we've never won before. It was all fun and games when it was £1. £2 on a ticket is just not money. I'm a single mother struggling on my own. 2 months later, after that date, the syndicate won. That one, there was even a guy who was on a bus route. He was actually driving the bus when he heard the news that they won. Kia, he parked. He said, everybody get down. This bus is going back to the depot. Of course, they started giving him problems. They were like, what do you mean? I bought my ticket. You're crazy. You're going to take us to Aberystwyth. You're going to, no, we get down for what? We're calling the... He said, okay, you don't want to get down. Not so. No problem. Took out the key from the ignition, put it on this thing there, the console there, and walked out of the bus, and that was that. There are 6 of them that are now back at that depot. The win, it wasn't a big win. By the time they split it, there's 1.5. It ended up, I think it was 1.7 million each or something by the time they shared the money. But it's still 1.7 million pounds. There's 6 of them right now back at the depot. So you were talking about lottery winner syndrome. If you'd like to share more light on this, Bimbo.
Yeah. So they did some research, and that guy that you mentioned, the one that bought the castle and rented for court rights.
Yeah, lots
of
He
was part of the documentary. Yes, he was part of the documentary, and basically they were kind of doing it, showing how the syndrome of winning such a huge amount of money kind of just demolishes any possible respect you might have for money, any possible thoughts you might have of investments, how people think. Now, these are people, we forget the fact that we've actually never seen that kind of money before. There's that. There's also that idea that you never realize you can finish. And, there's also, they have different parts of it. There's the one that will start giving and buying people these large amounts of things and acting all largesse and everything. And then you finally realize that actually by the time you buy, 2 people or 3 people their houses outright for, maybe £250,000 or depending on what it is, you've already blown that's $500,000.
Absolutely.
Under $1 million,
absolutely.
Like that.
Also, I heard something, I don't know how true, well, I hope it's true because I heard it in a documentary, but they said, this big check where you take all the pictures and blah, 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 that they actually add money on top. So the lottery will come to you and say, okay, you've won this 50 million, is 50 million and it's yours fair and square. Nobody's going to take that 50 million away from you. But for an extra 1%, so imagine if you win 1 million or 2 million or 10 million or 50 million, for an extra one, we will give you an extra 1% or 2% or whatever it is, a percentage of your earnings to do the entire publicity drive. This is because it is very important to the lottery, as you might imagine, that people believe that people are winning it. Because if everybody went for anonymity, which you are absolutely within your rights to do, you see in the papers where they say, oh, an anonymous, the ticket has been presented, the prize has been collected, but we are not at liberty to say who. So the lottery people will come to you and say, your money is your money, you're no problem about that. But if you agree to do this anonymous thing, then they will even tell you that apparently they kind of manipulate these people because, like you said, a lot of them, there's just some law that it is a poor person. Well, the rich people play lottery. I don't know. There's just some law that it will be one person that has been trying their hardest all their life or something. And so people are like, see, there's no time there's no 10 people who know it's you. As in, do you think you're just going to move from your 1-bedroom flat and you're going to move into a mansion and people won't say, is that not Dolapo that was living in 1-bedroom flat? How come now he's in mansion or whatever the case? People are going to know. So you might as well collect your extra 2% or collect your extra 3% and do the whole thing with the photo shoots and with the news, with the media and publicity and all of that, because the lottery found out that when everybody was coming say, I better not tell people, no, I don't want anybody to know, people stopped buying lottery tickets. But because people are like, does anybody ever win this thing? Does anybody ever win this thing?
They provide you with a private consultant. So like once you've called in and said, okay, I want this clinical,
yes,
send someone to come and meet you wherever you are. No matter if you're home.
So I guess the laws over there in the UK are different.
Very clear. You're in a bad somewhere.
Okay, so are you saying that you have to do the publicity?
Yeah, in Canada, there's no anonymous winner. Yeah.
Are you serious? We have anonymous winners.
For us, some states allow you to be.
You don't
anonymous.
necessarily have to take a picture and everything, but you cannot remain anonymous. They can name you.
Wow.
No.
Here we've had many that we've had many that you just.
It depends on states.
Okay.
Some states allow you to be anonymous. Some states don't. Like this lady now in her state, she could have been anonymous.
But in our state, which is Massachusetts, the problem with her state is that she cannot just say, don't name me. The only way she could have defeated that or probably go around that was to probably set up a trust fund and have a proxy person come and receive on her behalf.
Okay.
But that's still anonymity. She chose not to do it.
She chose to come out and do the picture.
She came out way too fast.
Too fast.
For that kind of money.
I say she called work. Please, do Nigerians... let me ask Rachel. Rachel, what would you do if you heard you won? Rachel, listen to the money I want to call you. 758 points. Because if you miss that point, I'll be very angry. 0.7 million, I didn't say naira, I didn't say cowries, dollars.
Oh, wow.
Let me say you found out at work. Let me put the exact same circumstances as this woman. You found out at work. What would you do?
Okay. So I don't want that amount of money, but I've won some money that feels very big. After I scream loud in my head, I'll run into the bathroom and text my husband, like, are you sitting down? He will say, yes, what happened? I'll be like, I won. Then I will smile and do all the jumping up in the bathroom, go and sit down, color my face for everybody. In the mean face, they don't know what I'm doing.
You say, color, you just
go home.
Let me just play the role of your husband there, where you're telling you go to the bathroom.
And then when I get home,
no, wait. So no. Rachel.
Yes,
tell Dolapo say call Dolapo. Green. Dolapo, you pick the phone.
Hello, dear. What happened?
So are you sitting down?
Yes, no, I did work now.
Okay, you did work. Sit down. So I just won the lottery. I have the numbers.
Number for what?
Oh, why are you always doing like this? I say I won $758 million.
Wait.
I'm going to divorce you.
Don't say that again. No, I love village people.
No, you will hear baby, honey, sweetie, love.
Remain in that bathroom. Don't bother coming out. Remain in that bathroom. I'm coming over to come out.
Just you stay there.
Make sure the children are sleeping when I get home because we have to celebrate.
Those children, you give them Valium.
Even before you reach home, we are stopping over to change our cell phone numbers.
Yes, big one. I like that. Dolapo has clearly thought about this.
Yes. Because you know all those people from Nigeria, all those our cousins that we don't know. Please, I think that's when they'll be calling us. So we have to change our phone number.
Your neighbor's friend, the friend of your friend's friend. The neighbor's cousin owns a dog.
And you know, it's not far-fetched. I mean, I know your odds of winning the lottery. It's really ridiculous. But there is actually a Nigerian man that actually won 50 million here.
Imagine.
I mean, the man is probably in his 60s or whatever, but the man won the lottery at 50 million.
Nigeria will be kidnapped.
And the man basically just disappeared for like 6 months with his wife.
That's it.
No, but he was not staying in his
there
house.
was a guy in Florida who was killed. The guy, he was killed basically because
yes, there was this news. Yes, you are right. You are right, Rachel.
Yeah. I mean, you have to be careful because the moment you have such a huge winner like that, your life is in danger.
Yes.
There are certain people that will, especially when you don't have that option of being anonymous. There are people that will read your name. There are people that will Google your name. There are people that would research and find out where you stay. So those are things. Change your number. Move from where you are temporarily for the moment. I mean, there's this lady that won in the States, I think was like 170 or so, or 200 million. Even the church pastor was harassing her.
I can believe it. Tithes and offerings.
You know,
tithes and offerings.
All these times. All the times I've spent praying for you.
That's when you hear about the church, the roof. The roof is leaking. The one thing is doing. In fact.
Did you ever read about the one that was just bailing her boyfriend out from jail?
No, she's the same one though.
Village people, I heard this story.
That the pastor's harassing.
She won 188 million, and she was.
Yeah, she's the same one the pastor is harassing.
Wait,
and
tell this story very well, please. Tell Rachel.
She's in North Carolina. I think she was also on welfare at the time. She won 188 million. I like the big shot. She did not come out of welfare. She still stayed on her welfare. Because she won 188 million does not mean she should come out of welfare. But she was busy paying bill for her boyfriend. The first day she posted $3 million bill. Then she posted a $6 million bill for him. Then she posted a $12 million bill. In fact, that boy must have some really. In all, I think she spent 9 plus 12, $20-something million to bail him out from jail.
And he'll still come out and get your sister pregnant. I mean.
No, remember, she paid the first bill. He came out, he committed an offense. They arrested him. She paid the second.
He knows now. He has slush fund.
Wait, I need to understand. How can she have all that money and still be on welfare? Isn't welfare means twisted?
Well, because this is such a huge system that eventually they found her out and they kicked her off. But until they figured it out, the baby enjoyed the welfare. I mean, that food is expensive, so if the state can pick up the tab, why should she pay for it?
Wow.
So I think she should donate a portion to the pastor. It's important.
I think she should donate a portion to a psychiatrist.
And you have a pastor still harassing the same poor girl for money, saying that she verbally. I mean, the girl already gave the pastor some money, somewhere like maybe I don't know how much it was exactly, so I don't want to speculate. But the pastor's lawsuit is that was not the total amount she promised.
Oh, I didn't know he sued her. The pastor sued her. Incomplete tithes. Okay.
That's why I know who my
Since
friends
when
are.
was that illegal?
Wait, what do you mean the pastor sued her?
It's not a moment for that to sink in.
Wait, what? So it took a while because I'm like, wait, he can't be. He's just making a mistake. What do you mean he sued her? This is what you're begging for. It's like beggar telling you that this £10, this 10 naira that you give me, I don't want to.
His lawsuit is based on the fact, not the fact, or on the premise that they have an oral agreement for a certain amount of money.
She promised this amount and she never gave. I will part with the money, then I will part with double that for someone to waylay him in the corridor somewhere, in an alleyway somewhere. And he's going to meet Jesus. Maybe he's a pastor, he has a direct line to heaven. God will help him, that I know. Nothing will happen to him. He's a son of the true son of a believer. So he'll be high. I will pay the money. Oh, wow, I promised that I was going to give you 1,000 and I only gave you 700. No problem. Here's 300. It will take 2 phone calls. if you walk again, anyway, you're a miracle serving, you know,
and
you're
they
serving.
me I'm a bad girl. I need to introduce some people to you.
No, I not go gree. There's nothing I hate like petty. I will be so petty. And I'll be front row in church the next Sunday. I'll be like, glory! Glory! Let's give the Lord a wiper. Okay, let's move on real quick. We need to talk about other things. Let's talk about there's a rat in my kitchen, what am I gonna do? There's a rat in my kitchen, what am I gonna do? So, Aso Rock, rats, rodents, people eating, getting in all of the air conditioning, getting in all of the upholstery, eating stuff. And the president's media decided, we're only going to cover this for like 5 minutes, right? Because we already talked about this on Wednesday. The president's media people deciding to release this story. I'm also seeing comparisons. Somebody has gone to dig out a news article from 19 Query Dim saying, after all, it happened in the White House. So if rats fit chop share for a whole in the White House, how much more us Niger people, where rats, you know, we live and sleep with rats. Let me go to Dolakwa. Dolakwa, what do you make of this whole thing? And, you know, what do you think we can do to the village people to beg them?
Let's start with the premise that truly rats ate some things in there, right? So I'll work with that premise. Number one, it is very stupid,
thank you,
unprofessional to come out and make that announcement that rats ate something in the office. I don't know where these people got their media training from. I don't know who passed them, who gave them pass marks for communication, where you don't realize that there are certain things you cannot just put out because there's no way to spin it.
To BBC, Dolakwa, to BBC, to the BBC. You say rats shop air conditioner.
Common sense. Why not just say, well, the president just arrived. He will require some time to just relax, and he'll work from home, which is not in 2017. It's quite possible. Simple. I do. However, you want to flesh out those words, but that is the message you need to convey.
I mean, there is an entire department called Spin.
Are you telling me that for the last 100 days, now just lock up office?
Thank you.
Nobody goes in there to clean?
That's what I mean.
Because this is common sense. Just because it's not there does not mean you don't clean. Does not mean security does not come in and do a clean sweep of a place and make sure there's been no listening devices put in there. You do these things regularly. This is the president of
You're supposed to change the combination lock on the door. You are supposed to change you are supposed to do things in the, I mean, we're cursed.
And you don't have you don't have people on contract that will come in there and fumigate that place on a regular basis. I mean, this announcement.
There are houses in Moshalashi that don't have rats.
All they were trying to convey to us was the reason why the president was not in Aso Rock. But what they succeeded in telling us was that Nigeria is nothing but a bunch of dysfunctional, incompetent people.
Yes. And if they had only told us, we would have said we kuku no, our head not correct. But you told the world. You told the world that the first office is overrun by rodents. That's what you told the world.
Exactly. The one that you're supposed to tell us, what did they do, Baba? You know if you tell us. The one where you're not supposed to tell us, now you tell us.
You loudspeak. It was on BBC. I was just like, do you not? Is there no place where you stop or where you even? Is there no this one we can't say, this one no? There's nothing they can't say. There's nothing that.
Believe me, I didn't study Shina. What is it? Shina Masscom.
Masscom, yes.
Or anything. But believe me, I can do a way better job than all these fools that have all these titles as PA for whatever. I can do way better. And I'm sure I can do it even for less because I know those guys are getting mega bucks for.
That's why Loretta Onoche can open her mouth and say, not consign us. That's what they said to us. They're making so much money that they cannot even engage their brains. That is why Loretta can come out and say anybody can be sick at any time, and if you don't like how the sickness is, then you too go and die. That's why she can say that. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Anyway, that's that. We hope they put some rat catchers down. We hope this is not even a topic I even want to dwell on, because I can't even believe how stupid they think we are. We cannot even believe the things they're getting away with. So that means it makes no difference if the president is in town or not in town. Uselessness just comes out of Aso Rock, basically. They should thank you. They did very well. The next thing I want to talk about, all you, Bimbo, you are the height of irresponsibility, because I have an idea of your age. Bimbo is a very irresponsible human being. I've always said this about Bimbo, don't you know? What am I talking about? I am referring, of course, to a pastor. Oh, why can't I remember his name now? Who said, I'll bring it up now, who said, if you are 35 and unmarried, 35 and above, and the GO of Salvation Ministry, Pastor David Ibiye-Omie, has declared that anyone who is 35 years of age and above and is still unmarried is irresponsible. He said anything can happen to anybody when you are younger. Okay, one person broke your heart. Okay, you were not financially stable. Okay, anything, anytime can happen. But once you hit 35 and you are still saying one thing, you're waiting on the Lord. One thing, you are still coming first. One thing, you are irresponsible. So
this is anybody. Or you think he was actually targeting ladies?
Of course, who called men irresponsible? If you go and drop your tithes and give pastor new Bentley now, you'll be a very responsible as somebody. So you see, say that's why I know they curse you again. That time don't pass. Now
because I'm not Mrs. Lagwaja. It makes me responsible.
It's God that said Jesus should die at 33. What if Jesus had made it to 35 and was still following Lazarus up and down? Very irresponsible person like that. So I wanna talk to Dolakbo. I wanna, I need an elder's opinion. I need you to weigh in on this, not just on his comments, because of course you can. But I want
honestly right now,
not just him,
right now,
but I'm talking about
all these pastors.
The stress, the pressure, the why marriage is never far from their mouth. Why this walhalla? Why when they come. Then when you marry, they talk about how you must be within a marriage. What a Proverbs 31 woman is like. What a this, what a that. Cleave to your husband, leave your wife. Oh, the man is the head, the woman is the elbow. Why can't people leave people to do what they're doing? That I want to go deeper than this, pastor, because of course we will talk about this and say, oh, he's being ridiculous. But this thing is a national problem.
Oh boy, I don't know. Let me tell you, because as they say in Yoruba, on the
Ben.
So let me take it from that belebe side, which is pastor.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that these pastors are not just trying to outdo each other with outrageous statements, so that they can get pretty much on the news feed, on online media or whatever, and get their name out there. I don't know who this guy is. I've never heard him before.
Very good. Thank you for saying that. Because I looked into, he's one of the fastest growing. His church right now has 11 branches, and they are filled to the brim. I'm like, Redeem is full. Akosteliki is full. This one too is full. TB Joshua is full. Where are all these people? Now, so anyway, we really plenty for Nigeria. They talk about the Morika. They're all full.
To me, he's just trying to basically, where they say any news is good news, especially if you're just trying to market a brand, and that's all he's trying to do, as far as I can see. There's nothing biblical behind what he has said. 35 was never an age in the Old Testament Bible, because if you go back Old Testament, people were living to God knows what, 600, 700, so we don't know. Now, the other thing, now let me get back to the hard part here. Why, if you go in your life, once you've done all the necessary things to prepare yourself for life, which is go to school, get all your degree, blah, 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 if you can, and you're now starting out in life, real life, if you now start chasing marriage, you will find bad marriage. That is if you just make marriage my goal. So every guy that comes and talk to me, is it the one? Is it potential? Or whatever. Believe me, you have become the classic example of MAGA for any guy to play. And that goes for also guys that are looking for marriage by all means.
Yes.
Marriage is not something that a goal that you should intentionally strive for, but rather love is something that can happen.
Yes.
And if it does, then you cannot decide, and okay, maybe we love where this is going. We want to move this to the next level or whatever. But for someone who is in a position of, I really hate to say position of authority.
Yes.
For someone who is in a position of
influence, we are the ones that give. That's why anybody can open their mouth at any time.
Someone that is in a position to influence thousands should be cautious about what they say. I mean, and people should also realize that the Bible is there for you to read.
Yes.
The man you are listening to, simply because he comes to the service with 10 bodyguards, and they have a big high chair for him that is separate from the metal one that all you mekunus are sitting on, does not equate him to Jesus or God.
At all.
Believe me, he read the Bible the same way you are reading it.
Yes.
The only good thing is his own mouth is sweeter than yours.
Yes. That's the whole point of the death. The entire point of the death was to give you a direct communication with God. The entire point. The whole point of the crucifixion, the whole point of the blood that was shed is that your salvation would be individual. Your salvation would be between you and your maker. That you could there are people who are called upon to rightly discern the word, and we must not remove
Rachel,
their place.
You hit that right on the head, because most people who call themselves Christians don't seem to understand that. Before the coming of Christ, what people did, nobody prayed.
Yes.
Everybody went to the temple. You meet a priest. You say, whether I've sinned or I'm looking for this, here's my offering.
Yes. And it was done via
behind the curtain.
Thank you. Tabernacle.
Say, okay, I'll come back and say, hey, God has accepted your offering. With Christ coming and his death, that thing is coming. Basically, even his disciples now said, we can talk to God. He said, yes. They said, teach us how to pray then to God. And he taught them, he said, our Father, who art in heaven. This is how you do it, simple. Why do not people now still need another pastor?
I've always said it, that all Christianity is in that. Yes, that's all it is. You go and you meet a babalawo and you tell them of a particular affliction. Baba, ẹnìkan níbi iṣẹ́ mi ni o, kò fẹ́ kí n ṣoríire, kò fẹ́ kí n ọmọ tó máa ṣe, ọmọ ìgbà wa, ọmọ àwò wa, ọmọ kíríkọ wa, kíríkọ tó bá ti lè ṣe gbogbo yẹn, ìwọ fi yòókù sílẹ̀, àbùṣe tí bùṣe. That's all we're doing over and over again. All we're doing is making the sign of the cross in the name of the Father, in the name of we're doing the same thing. We're just putting a patina on it that is supposed to be some sort of Christianity or something. It's very because if there's a woman in that church, she will forget all of her accomplishments or all of her, and she will go home and think of her life. If there's a young man in that church, he will forget that, he is the one who has been holding up his family. He's the one who puts his poor retired father, his mother. He will go home and say, so his wife that's now the problem now, basically. Pota Loriro now. Do you want to tell me you don't know Nigeria is a religion mumu followership thing?
Well, that's why I just don't get that concept, Like,
no, well, it's very simple. There's so much poverty.
That's
when
despondency.
Says religion is the opium of the masses, it's a fact. People are so poor, they have nothing. Basically, they don't see anything going on in their life that can translate to it's going to be better tomorrow for them. They can't see that. So the only other thing is to sell them a dream of, oh, do this. If I bring your last 50 naira, God is the rewarder. Yes. God will do this. You've now turned God into a money doubler.
Yes. You've turned him into a talisman. We'll say this thing 3 times and your problems will go away. Do this one and it's really disturbing. Again, for the same reasons that I have problems with Toke Makinwa, for the same reasons it's for those who are on the fence. I may be sitting here in the UK listening to this man and saying, but this is rubbish now, or this is whatever now. But there are women who are desperate. I mean, when I go to Nigeria, luckily my parents are amazing. They're amazing in that they don't, I am sure that they're not immune. They hear things. I'm sure they next black barrel long, mama yemi pẹ̀lẹ́ gbogbo ntẹ gbàdúrà fún. Maybe my mother wasn't even praying. Maybe she was minding her business. So wa kọ́kọ́ ronú bá yà níyà. Mama yemi pé so pé you wan call by. Also, it's just a mess. But bless them, they don't transfer it on me or give me problem or whatever. But there are many, many girls who aren't that lucky. There are many, many females who every Saturday, you're wearing clothes again. You have attended the wedding of all your friends. I've heard it. I've heard a mother say it to her child. So this is for those people who are under that serious level of pressure. I can withstand the pressure because luckily I am shielded from it to a large extent. I go home. Some people say a prayer. Your bone of your bone. Okoto jetsie. Your friend. Amima. Yes, ma. Yes, ma. Okay, ma. Kopuruma. Yes, ma. Eshema. Or, depending on how I'm feeling, I'll just turn around and walk away because, you know the difference between concern and abosi. And if you smell abosi, you don't need to partake in the foolishness, quite frankly. So, but there are women who are not that fortunate at all. At all. I have a friend who, she is older than her sister. Her sister was married. Her sister got married, like literally served and got married and then had a baby. And their mom, so the mother of these 2 girls, banned the older one from going to the naming. Bojo bá tiẹ̀ tiẹ̀, ojú tiẹ̀ fún mi. So, kò yé mi, ó fẹ́ lọ jókòó, ó fẹ́ lọ wà ìwọ náà wà lanu gbàfù, wà mú jọ̀lọ́fù wà kó sẹ́nu, ìwọ náà wà lanu kílíkan, àbúrò ẹ̀ tó ń pè ní tó fi bá ẹ sọ̀rọ̀, òun ló ti wà nílé ọkọ, òun ló ti bímọ yẹn, nobody knew. Oh no, she banned her. Me good otherwise what gbádùn mi tó. She banned her. She banned her.
Are you serious?
Okay, what's it about?
Okay.
She banned her nicely. Said, if you don't even have shame. So really, because she was ironing. Her mother came and saw her ironing. Said, where are you going to? Well, where am I going? Bawu. Are we not going to Ronke's house? So you mean you look at yourself up to down? You what show loju tin? Show Niro no ever joko bara sorosha. You didn't talk to yourself. You should talk to yourself. So you are really happy to go. You are really happy to rinkono. Mi ò fẹ́ rí ẹ for anything. This is her child. This is not an adopted, nothing. This is her first daughter. She has a son. Then she has this one. Sorry? She was just mean. She just told the girl, she just spoke to her anyhow. And this is what, and then you go to a place of worship, a place that's supposed to be a place of acceptance, a place of love, because God is love, right? That is what the entire Christian faith is built on, right? That is what we're told to believe, right? You go to this so-called place and they tell you that if you are 35 and you're not married, you are what? You are irresponsible. My friend's suffering has not ended. She did finally find a husband. She is married now. Guess what? They are having fertility issues. The mother is continuing on her warpath. The mother has something to say. There was a day she fell out with her mother. Meanwhile, this same mother comes to beg. The father is retired, the mother's retired. This same mother, she's the one that paints the house. She's the one that pays washman. Okay, ma lọ sílé ọ̀dọ̀ àwọn daddy, ẹ máa kó aṣọ wọn ní ẹ̀ẹ̀mejì lóṣù, ẹ máa lọ, ẹ máa fọ, ẹ máa fi starch sí, ẹ máa ṣe. She's the one that does chop money from her and her husband and whatever small money they are earning. She is taking care of this man and this woman who insults her like this. There was a day, they just had a blowout. They had a blowout in February or March and everything came pouring out and all of that. We are still looking for family matter where big uncle has come from village. My friend refused to agree. Even her husband is begging her. She's like, you don't even understand the years of abuse. She should stay on her own. I should stay on my own. I know this beg that she's begging me is money. It is money. If I continued to do everything a quote-unquote daughter should do, my mother will not be begging me, because the things my mother says to me, she completely believes them. This beg that shotiya binu ni boya lo dem gbogbo tí mo bá ẹ sọ fún dada ẹ náà ni abiyamọ nkúrò ndi ìkúnlẹ̀ ṣebí ọ̀rọ̀ yín náà ni ṣebí kede. They had a serious blowout. And my friend was saying, she says, listen, all my money I have spent on hormone, on this, on that, on treatment, on IVF, on that. If we don't have kids, we don't have kids. She needs to leave me alone. She needs to leave my life. She needs to leave my family. She needs to leave my husband. She needs to leave me. She needs to leave me. Even if she says she won't do it again, that's fine. I don't want to talk to her again. She should just leave me.
Oh, I don't know. I guess there's some mothers out there.
And there are plenty. Yeah, there's a mother too. There are mothers too that know of. Rachel knows all these things I'm saying now. There are mothers too that know when a girl is going to her mother and having shaking feelings like mi ò fẹ́ bọ̀bọ̀ yìí mo rí àwọn ìwà mélòó kan lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ tí ò bá mi lára mu, whatever, and they will make you continue. What do we want to tell? Okay, this one is not even them. Say, this is my sister, not my blood sister, my cousin, but her surname is Onomusi, not the outside family. She's pregnant right now. They were engaged, but then, what's the penalty were throwing, Bele enter. So they had to speed up the engagements, basically. They've sped up the engagements and everything. The father is saying, okay, she wanted to do a very, very quiet mommy more and let that be the end of Solomon Grundy, because she herself, she's not a child. She's almost, if she's not at this 35, she's close to it. And, she's pregnant and showing. So she doesn't want any noise, whatever. The father is like, no, we have to do it like this. Then again, remember when your older sister got married? She's the one that bought the agbada that I wore and the lace that your mother wore. She's the one. The father has gone to announce it. We have Onomusi family group and everything. Went to put dates, puts venue, puts everything. And the girl is like, she's saying, everything that is happening for this engagement is coming from my pockets and my fiance's pockets. Number one. Number two, this is a thing that I specifically asked you to keep quiet for no reason other than the fact that you know that this pregnancy has given me stress. The pregnancy has given her serious stress. She's been fainting. Her first trimester was really horrible, to the point where she's even thinking of postponing the engagement until the baby comes. Ọjọ́ ìyàwó kì í yẹ̀ o. It can't move, it can't be shifted, it can't be. Are you hearing? Are you hearing? This is onomusi. This is, So when a pastor assumes, like Dolapo says, assumes the seats of influence, and you open your mouth and say things that will basically sentence certain people to a lifetime of misery. You can imagine somebody's mother, if this, like my friend's mother now, is in that congregation.
But you see, you're not seeing the marketing genius in here. If he has such a large congregation and he's just made a very big pronouncement like that, now look at how many people will now want to see Daddy for prayer.
They will now buy
and
olive
if you
oil.
have that many people that want to see Daddy for prayer, we'll also need to sow seeds.
Yes, okay. It's a shame. It's a big shame.
You have to look at things. I look at it from his point of view, and I see exactly what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's just putting more chains on these people.
Lengthening the eating power. How long it can be eaten from them and all of that. We are completely out of time. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Taro.
No, this is like, you just put them in shackles, man.
Yeah, in shackles. But this is a shackles where they are even the ones extending their wrists. They are the ones asking to be shackled because, like Dolapo says over and over again on this show, if only we could get Dolapo to be in front of some of these people. Like, the Bible is there for you to read. The book is there, and it is a funny book whereby it is not revised edition, second edition. It has not changed since that first time they wrote it. Is the same book. If you go and turn the pages, you still meet the same thing there. So I don't understand why people let themselves. It's there's no pastor that is tying anybody with rope. There's no pastor carrying anybody. There was a whole thing about the redeemed Geo and how he slapped one girl and slapped Winch out of, and it's the people that attend it that will come out and defend them. So I mean, it's very, very voluntary servitude. That's all it is.
Yep.
It's very voluntary. The book is there. The book is there. If you don't have Bible, go to any Mosafon, go to any motel by the hour. You will find Gideon's copy.
This slavery, and it's nothing. It's slavery, but this thing is not physical. It's mental.
That's right.
They don't even know they can walk away from it. If you read stories coming out of that country, things about my wife has not even come near me in 2 years because our pastor told her not to.
Oh yes, pastor that's strafing and buying girls Range Rover. Anyway, it is well. That being said, we are completely at the end of the show. I kind of made a mistake, but I also didn't make a mistake at the same time. Oh my gosh. Oh, no. Bimbo's right here. I kind of made a mistake, but I also didn't make a mistake at the same time, which was there was a story that was trending, the story about rape. There's someone who has actually escaped. A guy...
To be honest, I don't think we have enough time to talk about that.
It's not that. That's what I'm saying. It wants to look like a mistake, but it's not. Go ahead.
Outside of the disgustingness of it and just the atrocity, the inhumanity, we can do that in part of a topic in 1 hour. I don't think so.
Yeah.
We're going to discuss it. I think we need to give it the time that is due, because oh my God! 'Cause, I mean, this is the other thing.
We've been wanting to cover rape. It's specialists that we didn't have, but I think what's with this news that has come out, I'm just going to bring you quickly up to speed, Dolakpo, just before we leave. A young man has gone into the home of somebody who was accommodating him. This is family. I think it's his sister. The wife is his sister or something like that, and he has repeatedly raped their 8-year-old till she died, and then he cut parts of her body, including her genitals, her forehead, and her belly button for ritual purposes. He was supposed to take it somewhere to do the ritual.
Okay.
Then
I only have one question in there so far.
Okay.
He's dead, Abby.
Okay, this is I didn't really want to bring this story to you because the thing I'm going to tell you next is what is going to upset you. Unfortunately, actually, no, he's not dead. And why is he not dead? Because he was caught on the way to the ritualist or whatever the case may be, and he was caught and he's in police custody and he escaped. That is what police wants us to believe. He is now at large.
And the 400,000 he tried to use to bribe the vigilante, he obviously gave to the police officer because A.M. McIntyre.
Yes. Ifeanyichukwu Maxwell Dike, escapee ritualist, wanted by Rivers State Police. If you see him, so it's me now that should be doing the work. You that had him. Anyway, if you see him, please arrest or report to the nearest police station. I hear you. Nego do nonsense. So,
when did the one money from him to escape? Because all these people, kidnapper escape. This one escape. Is someone seeing the trench here?
It's crazy. He is actually free. He cut, her tongue, her eyes, her forehead, and her vagina for sale. So he was on his way when they caught him and apprehended him. We have been saying it that, when we're thinking of topics and whatever, this is something that we've wanted to deal. And it's something that to be quite honest with you, if I could, I would hand it over to Rachel. I would hand it over to Bimbo. There's just some stuff that, anyway,
what if you had attempted rape victim? Come on.
Yeah, if we can find anyone, I really don't want to do 2 hours of, God, we punish them, kill all of them, they should all be sent to the, we need to, there's stuff going on and it's daily. We've heard the news about India, one of the highest rape the capitals of the world. We know what is going on in Nigeria. We know what is going on between children. There's almost no Nigerian woman that does not have a tale of sexual assault, and that is fact. There is almost no Nigerian woman that didn't experience one uncle, one person diddling, fiddling, touching, telling her, don't tell mommy, don't tell daddy. There is almost none. Let's not even get into the realm of house girls and, the Oga's son will touch you. Oga sef go still touch inside. This one, and who do you want to tell? Make madam beat you, talk, say, oh, so you came into this house to steal, to steal my husband or whatever. There's a lot going on. It's a topic I think we should cover, but I'm not sure that I have the liver, and that is just me being honest. So, yeah, we couldn't have done this topic justice. We just wanted to mention it. I think this was the decision that that we all came to say it's trending. We have to mention it. But really, what do we want to say about somebody who did this to a child, to his sister's child? So that's that, which is no excuse, right? You shouldn't even do it to your enemy's child. I'm not saying that should mean something to him. He shouldn't do it at all, but Jesus, just help me. An 8-year-old. So you didn't kidnap her to kill her, which is fine, which is still oh, you go there, Babalawo said you must do ritual or something. You first did what? You first did what?
I'm sorry. Well, I mean, it can't be my child, because if I catch him, that is when
He wouldn't be with the police. He wouldn't be with the police.
What I would do would definitely convince you about the evolution of man, that we were once animals. I will show you how animalistic I can get, and I will kill him with my bare hand.
Yes. An 8-year-old child. No child should ever, no human should go through. You know what? At this point, it's 6 minutes past 8.
The good thing is,
yes,
the inspector on duty he's arrested, so he will pay for the crime.
First, good.
Yeah,
good.
They arrested the police that was on duty.
Good, fantastic.
The inspector in charge of that particular station.
Fantastic.
He needs to explain how the man escaped.
Fantastic. They said he was being taken somewhere, being taken to the witness room, or being taken somewhere or something without handcuffs or foot shackles. That's what they said.
Yeah, even if he was without handcuffs and foot shackles, it's not that
you still don't get to walk.
Exactly. So but we have an expose coming, so we'll keep our mouth shut for now.
Yes, until then. Okay, Rachel, you know how I feel. You know the work we need to do to deal with this topic. That's all for today. It's a shame we had to end on a somber note. Dolapo, were you about to say something?
No, I'm just saying, you know what, I just keep trying to paint that picture in my mind, and for some reason I just end up, the movie in my head ends with this guy dead and his blood all over. I don't know why.
No matter how you paint it, somebody should die is the moral of the story, and a nasty, horrible death. So thank you all. Thank you so much for your time. Taiwo, I know you tried to participate. Thank you so much for staying with us. Dolapo, it's a pleasure as always. Rachel, go and look for Mavis. I be waiting call. Beg am just small 1 million. Make she bring. She won't miss it. She has 701. She says she wants to retire. So what is she even going to use the money for?
The woman that claimed her money within how many hours? You sure say that money will remain by the time?
My dear, that money never go down finish. So as we are having this show.
As she claimed it too quickly as we are talking. She was
like this lottery that I've been waiting for. That's it. So thank you all. Bimbo, thank you so much. Bimbo, you and I will talk, maybe tomorrow and sort out what we need to sort out. Otherwise, everybody have a fantastic weekend. For those in the UK, this is Carnival weekend. It's a bank holiday weekend. Have a blast. Go out, catch some sun, do a barbecue, attend a couple shows, go to the carnival. Those in America, go and think about your life and buy tickets. Those in Canada, help me greet Trudeau. I don't know what's they happen for Canada. That's it. Thank you all. We've had an amazing show. You were about to say, Dolapo?
No, I'm just going to say have a nice weekend, everybody.
Thank you. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye, Bimbo. Bye, everyone. Bye. Good night.